So, welcome to this audio podcast. Today, I'm going to cover the history of bilingual education, something that is really close to my heart since I am ESL, English as a Second Language learner. But the definition of bilingual education is teaching academic content in a native and secondary language. It has been a controversy since the beginning of its time. And we can go back all the way up to 1839, and that's when Ohio passes the first law to allow bilingual education to a large population of Germans who are living in the state. During the Civil Rights Movement in 1965, we had the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, and it was really important because it delegated funds for primary and secondary education, and that ensured equal access to education, implemented high standards for curriculum, and accountability for schools. Then, almost 3 years after, in 1968, we have the Bilingual Education Act, and it becomes the first federal legislation that recognized the need of limited English speaking ability students, and it went by the acronym of LESA. Then in 1974, we have Law versus Nichols, a very famous case that deals with bilingual education. I kind of think this is the truly representation of what went on at that time. And the civil rights case from Chinese American students in California, they were not getting any special help in the schools due to their limited English proficiency. And the court ruled that for English language learners, the sink or swim instructions was a violation of their civil rights. Then early 80s, we have Castañeda versus Picard, actually in 1981. It set the standard for the courts in examining programs for LEP, which is limited English proficiency students, with a three-part process. One, the bilingual education program must be based on sound educational theory. Two, it must be implemented effectively with resources for personnel, instructional materials, and space. Three, after a trial period, the program must be proven effective in overcoming language barriers, handicaps. Then in 1987, we have the court case of Gomez versus Illinois. The Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that states' education agencies are also required under the Equal Education Opportunity Act to ensure that language minority students' educational needs are met. So in 1998, we have California Proposition 227, and it was really controversial because it requires California public schools to teach ELEP, which is limited English proficiency students, in special classes that are taught nearly all in English. This will eliminate bilingual classes. So, once again, throughout time, these challenges of having English only has sort of become a controversial debate. So, what is English only movement? The English only movement is a political movement that really seeks to establish English as the sole official language of the United States or of any particular city or state within the US. The expression English only is primarily used by opponents of the movement. Let me close by saying that living in the US, we all have one thing in common, and that is how diverse we are. I celebrate it when I listen to music, or when I go out and eat and I order tacos al pastor, or chicken tikka masala, or Russian pierogies. And at that very moment, without noticing, I am breathing and living in diversity.